Well, I might as well take the time to explain the setup. Let me take this off for a minute. The sun ain't out yet. But this rod, we got a yellow red dot Dodger with a little peanut fly. And on this rod, got a, what's it called? I forgot the name of the spoon, but it's a spoon on there. And then Buddy Phil over here is running flasher fly setups. So with a different kind of spread, we're trying to figure out what kind of bite these fish might be on, what they want, and then we'll kind of hone in on that. So if he starts ripping fish with his setup, you know, something for me to switch to, and vice versa. That's why it's always good, and that's the same reason why on charter boats they run a spread of things, you know, downriggers and core lead or lead core and this and that and spoons and flies, because trying to figure it out and they hone in depending on the bite. So if you ever do this with a kayak and you have a buddy, it kind of helps that you guys spread out and then, you know, try different lures so you guys can hone in on what they may be targeting on. Just increases the odds to catch some fish, because this is a vast body of water and you're more or less just covering water, trying to locate them and figure out what they want. You know, right now we're in 50 feet of water. A magic number for me last time was 70 feet that you were marking fish, and see now I gotta mark the fish right here, and then 30 feet of water. Lines are back about 50 on this one, about 30, 35 on this one. So we'll see after we pass it if we get hit. That's pretty cool. Matter of fact, I'll take a screenshot just so you know. You see me do it right here on the camera. And if a fish hits it, that's the fish I just marked. That would be epic. So let's talk about setups, how to do this. Really fairly simple. I mean, guys can really go all out with the rigs, but for this, I keep it simple, man. These rods are Shimano TDRs. They're like 20 bucks. 2-piece rods, 20 bucks. And they get the job done. They just work. I'll just link all the details on the rod specifics in the description below. As far as the reels, Okuma, these are the Magda Pro. 20, I believe this is a 20X. And I like these. I had the 30s at first. I didn't like them. I got rid of them. I like the 20s because you can palm them. They're just easier to handle in the kayak. You want to make things easier for you when you're trolling, because conditions like now, it's fairly calm, flat. There are times when it'll pick up and it gets more wavy, and it's a lot more to do because you're trying to balance yourself. You're trying to get your lines out, set the lines. It becomes much more of a task, and because of that, I felt more comfortable dealing with reels that I was, you know, able to palm in one hand, control with one hand, hook it to a fish. I can really do a lot of it with one hand, and control it better. And then from there, put on a backing of 20-pound Berkeley big game on there, maybe about 100 or 200 yards, and we got a fish on already. Fish on. Fish on. Hey Phil, you read me? Sorry for being interrupted, y'all, but I got a fish. That was pretty cool. Look, I'm marking him right here. Oh, he's fighting pretty hard. He's fighting pretty hard. Phil, you copy?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Just double checking, bro. Sorry. Where you at, buddy? Come here. What we'll do is take off this thing. There we go. This is the part where I'm talking about juggling everything at once. I can grip it at one hand. I control the boat. There he is. Uh-oh, he's trying to wrap me. Woo! What a workout, man. He's What is it? I see silver. We got silver, y'all. We got, oh, it's not cursing yet. There we go. There we go. Got one in the boat, brother. Woo! Oh, relax, buddy. There you go. Got ourselves a nice little fish right there. Bleed them out. Keeps the meat fresh. And we're on the board, gentlemen. We're on the board. Oh, oh my God. Yo, oh my God, he broke me off. Right at the surface, he smashed it. I was letting the line out on the Dodger and Fly. It was right at the surface, maybe 20 feet back. And all of a sudden, my rod just bends, and I got it free spooling, so I thumb it, and I hook the fish. He goes vertical about 4 feet. He snapped the fly off of the Dodger.
It snapped you off?
Yeah, bro, it was a nice fish. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen watching right now at home, it can go from, as Drake said, 0 to 100 real quick. You just never know, man. I don't even remember what I was talking about. That fish interrupted me. Oh, I know what I was saying. Yeah, 20-pound Berkeley big game mono. And put it as a backing, maybe about, that's some more fish right there. Yep. Maybe about 200 yards or so. And then 20-pound. And I use Hi-Vis braid. Doesn't really matter what brand. I just happen to have Power Pro. And I use the Hi-Vis yellow and then the red just so I can see. And I run that out to the setups. Do have a floor leader. I like 15-pound. You know, the great thing about being in a kayak is that because you're on the water, you're sitting on the water, and not like you're on a boat. When you're on the boat and you're trolling for them, you're pretty much dragging the fish in. So you have to use heavier pound line so you can just haul them, because the boat doesn't stop the troll, man. You just don't stop the troll. There are too many other lines out and stuff. And you won't stop the troll. So, but the kayak is different. You know, you're on the water and you are part of the drag. Yeah, the fish is pulling you. Call it going for a sleigh ride. And you know, it's when they pull, you don't need as much as heavy a line, because they're pulling you and the kayak. The kayak's gonna go with it, so you have play, in other words. So that's the combo setup, rod setups, and then from there it's just different lures. Oh, got another one. Fish on, almost the same spot where I got the other one. I don't think this guy knows he's hooked yet. Or is he not on the... Oh, he's on. Oh. Got off. How did that happen? Damn. That sucks. Oh. Fish on, fish on, fish on. Oh, he's jumping. I think I got a big king. Oh, I got a nice one. Oh! 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 I want to cry right now. So bad. Oh! Fucking broke the... You know, it's one thing when a fish spits a hook or something like that, but man, when you have, failure on the setup, I tied those knots last night. I probably just rushed it and just broke it, man. Oh, that hurts. That was a nice fish. God, that's 1 for 4. Jeez, brutal right now, man. This is so brutal. One thing I will say while I'm waiting to get hit over here is it's so important, in my opinion, if you do this trolling stuff, not just here on Lake Michigan, but even if you're inland trolling for walleye or whatever, that you use the trail feature on your fish finder unit, assuming it has a feature on it. But so key. I was out here a few days ago and I went like 4 for 5. Did really good. It's like the best I ever did on Lake Michigan. And I made a trail. And literally now I'm basically I came back to the same area where I was getting bit, and I'm getting bit again. And I'm following. I'm kind of going on new paths, but then I am kind of tracing over where I went the other day, and those spots are, producing. I'm getting hit. So, for whatever reason, this time of year, the water temp, all these different factors, for some reason, these trails that I'm on are holding fish and they're biting. Now, a month from now, 2 months from now, could be completely different. And this might be ghost land, nothing around here, but these trails help you, especially when you're fishing, in close proximity within, timing wise. It helps you to hone in on where these fish might be holding and at. And then, in a month or two, as the season changes, you might locate them somewhere else. And so these trails help that you can save them. And for instance, in my HDS, you can put description info in there, so I can say, June, this time of, I can say stuff like it's June, temperature, water temp, air temp, conditions, so that maybe next season, if I have similar conditions, I go, okay, this is similar. Let me hit this area. They seem to be in that area, under these conditions, so you can repeat that process and hopefully get you on some fish. So I'm going to show you as we continue to troll, switching lures up. It's a key thing you got to do, man. Every 15, 20 minutes, keep switching it up. That's what I try to do at least. Well, except for that rod, that thing's on fire. So the rod that isn't really doing much, just keep on switching things out to see if we can figure something out. What I do want to show you is, I'm going to pop this up on the screen now. I'm going to take a screenshot right here. All right. And what you're going to see on the screen right now, you see these two hard lines. Almost look like you're jigging, right? And what that actually is are my weights. And the reason I do this, and the reason I have my rod set up the way I do, and I have them angled forward out. Most guys have them straight out to the sides. I like having them forward because what it allows me to do is see exactly where my weights are, which then tells me where my lures are just about, right? That means if you look, one of my weights is at 20 feet. The other one is just below it, maybe 23 feet or so. And I'm probably going to actually drop that down a little bit further in a minute. But now I know that I can work that water column. I know that this rod that has Dodger on the fly is in about 18, 19 feet of water. In the higher part of it, where most of the fish we've been marking and seeing are in that very top part of the water column. So yeah, I really like this because I know for sure it gives me really pinpoint information on where my weights are at, which then in turn means those lines are shooting straight back off of that weight. So I know that my lures are in the depth range that I want them to be. So that's one thing, seeing some more fish right there. So that's one, for me, a big part of my trolling setup is having it set up this way so I can really tell where everything is at.